Hello and welcome back. It's Diana here with the Hassle Free Family. Today we're going to work on step 2 of the aroma freedom technique. In the last video, we worked on clearing negative emotions. And today, this video is all about forging a new pathway in your mind to reach those big goals and dreams that you have for your life. We're going to learn how to set intentions and use aromas to solidify them in your body. This is a 12-step process that I'm going to go through with you from this book, Aroma Freedom Technique, Dr. Benjamin Perkis. You can pick that up if you want to read more about it. I'm going to just try to hit the highlights, give you the overviews, and give you a chance to practice it and experience for yourself so you can know if you want to dive deeper into this on your own. So the first step in this 12 steps is to set your intention. We all have an inner idea or vision of the life we'd like to live. Many people never realize that vision because early experience has taught them what is safe and what is dangerous. We walk around trying to avoid pain, but in doing so, we might be disconnecting from our path of true fulfillment. A friend of mine used to say, before you can get what you want, you have to know what you want. Discovering the vision in your heart may take a lifetime, but you can start by asking yourself a few leading questions, such as, what would I want if money were no object? What would I do if I knew I would not fail? What job would I do for no money? What is my heart's desire? What are my special talents, gifts, and abilities? What needs to be done in the world that I feel a passion to do? Did any of those hit home for you? I hope some of those questions will lead you to actually forming an intention that you want for your life and for yourself. If you have a dream to own your own business, you might set an intention to be fully self-employed within 1 year. Setting this intention could trigger all of your fears related to leaving the security of your regular paycheck, or the fear of failure, or what other people might think. These are the fears that have likely kept you stuck up until this point. You can use the aroma freedom technique to identify and release these fears and any associated negative beliefs that have been keeping you from moving forward and realizing your dream. So I'm going to give you some of these like Mad Lib type scripts that they have in the book for setting your own intention. Number 1, I have a job doing blank and paying me blank amount of dollars per year, starting on this date. Number 2, I will travel to blank, the city or country, by a specific date. Number 3, I have achieved blank, a rank or a position in my company by a specific date, making X amount of dollars per month or per year. Number 4, I am free of my blank. It could be a detrimental habit, a craving, an addiction, and I no longer do blank. Indulge in the habit or addiction or feel the craving as of a specific date. Next, I am in a loving and supportive relationship. And last, I do what I need to do, eat well, exercise, etc. to support vibrant health. After creating the intention, rate it 0 to 10 based on how likely it seems to you that it will truly manifest. A rating of 0 means you feel totally helpless that it could ever happen, and 10 is a feeling of absolute certainty. This will help you assess your progress. It is not uncommon for the numbers to rise 4 to 6 points during this process. Oh, there is an art to setting intentions. First, you have to really want what you're intending, not because someone else wants it or because you think you should want it or because you think it's just the best you could hope for. It has to spring from your heart. It has to be an expression of your true self of a higher ideal to which you aspire. Second, it has to be something that has at least a nominal amount of rationality to it. If I say I want to get a job tomorrow that pays me $1 million an hour, it's just not rational. Third, the intention has to excite us. When we think of it, we should feel those butterfly feelings that tells us we're on the right track. Even if it feels a little scary, that's okay. In fact, if it's a little scary, it means we're pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone, which is right where we want to be. This is how we're going to incorporate oils into step number 1 of the aroma freedom technique. You're going to apply valor or grounding in the beginning of the process to help you feel strong enough for the emotional processing work you're about to do. It's not absolutely necessary, but it is recommended when you are feeling weak or unable to focus. So to use them, rub several drops of oil on your hands and smell deeply. Then place your hands on the base of your neck above your shoulders and hold them there until you begin to relax. Another optional oil is to use the Clarity Blend. Put the drops in your hands, rub your temples, and then smell your hands. Smell the oil repeatedly as you think about the intention you want to manifest. If you're having a hard time identifying a specific intention, you may add a drop of inspiration to your hands and smell the oil. Any other oil that you personally find to be centering, relaxing, or inspiring can be used to create the proper mood for setting your intention. Now let's move on to step 2, your inner voice. State your intention out loud. Say what you're intending to accomplish in detail. Say when you intend to have this done and then listen. Listen to the voice inside that tells you all the reasons why you can't have what you are intending to have. This may come in the form of seemingly rational objections, such as lack of time, money, family support, or knowledge, or it may come in the form of a little voice that tells you something like, "You're stupid. Your parents won't approve. You have no idea how to do that. You don't have enough willpower," or "You've tried before and you failed." Those negative messages might also come in the form of a memory or an image of a time when you failed and you felt humiliated. So these negative objections are perfectly normal. Step 2 is all about just recognizing where the negative objections come from, how they feel in your body, and then we're going to move on to step 3, which is identify the feelings. Identify how you feel when you think about those negative thoughts. This is the most important step in accessing and releasing the energy that has been holding you back. Many people fail by neglecting this step, so let's really focus on step 3. Have you stated your intention out loud? You heard the negative message that arose. Now pause and notice how you feel when you hear that message. If the message is telling you that you're too stupid to accomplish your goal, you might feel ashamed, sad, or depressed. If the message is a vivid memory of a time when you were humiliated, you might feel nervous that this could happen again. If the message is that you will never be able to afford your dream house, you might feel hopeless. Remember, feelings are best expressed by a single word. Keep it simple. Look for the one word that describes the feeling: mad, sad, glad, helpless, powerless, angry, frustrated. If I say, "I feel like my father was mean to me when he used to ignore me all the time," that's not a feeling, it's a judgment. If you cannot say it with one word, then you've not gone far enough in finding that feeling. Keep going until you find it. Be patient. Sometimes it will be obvious, sometimes it will not. This step can be difficult because people tend to resist or avoid feeling unpleasant feelings. Who wants to allow themselves to feel ashamed, nervous, or helpless? At this point, you have a choice. You can allow yourself to avoid the negative feelings through all kinds of methods, such as running to the kitchen to get something to eat or turning on the TV to find something to distract you. Or you can choose to be a warrior, to courageously allow yourself to feel the pain that you have been carrying. Identify where it's coming from and reach resolution in the light of the other side of the process. This AFT technique will allow you to do that. We don't need to get bogged down by that negative feeling, but we need to touch it and be next to it long enough to find out where it's coming from. Let's move on to step 4, which is body awareness. Notice where you feel this negative feeling in your body. Emotions aren't just these clouds that float around in our brain. They are things that stick to different parts of our body. So we have to physically release them from our body if you want to move on from the negative thoughts and feelings. Feelings are like waves, and like waves, no feeling lasts forever. If we'll allow the wave to move through us or ride the wave, it will rise in intensity, reach a peak, and then recede, leaving no trace. If, however, we resist the emotion, we will be caught in a perpetual struggle against the wave. As it tries to move through us, we can keep moving away from it, so we feel as if it's actually chasing us. If we erect a wall to keep the emotion away, it will keep crashing against that wall. In this step, we want to locate that feeling in the body. This will help anchor our awareness on the feeling and allow us to identify where the feelings and thoughts are coming from. Step 5, time travel. The next step is to drift to an earlier time when you felt the same way. This is called the feeling bridge, and we do this for an important reason. As we learned in the case of trauma, our memories are stored in files of similar memories. Our memories are linked by similarities. The first time we had an emotional experience, our brain planted a seed of that emotion in the soil of our brain. All later variations of that emotion are like watering that seed, which eventually grows into a big bush. If the bush is interfering with our life and we want to get rid of it, it may not be sufficient to merely clip away a few of the leaves. We may need to dig it up by the roots. The best way to do that is to use a feeling bridge and allow ourselves to drift back to an earlier time when we felt the same way, the same feeling, the same sensation in the body, possibly the same thought. It does not need to be the earliest time we can remember. It's better if we just go with the first image or memory that comes to mind. That is usually the one that will be most effective for the process. So once you have identified that similar feeling back in your memory bank, we can move on to step 6, which is smelling essential oils. Close your eyes, focus on the snapshot, the feeling, the negative thought, and the body sensation while smelling the memory release essential oil mixture, which is frankincense, lavender, and stress away. You may also use release essential oil blend or inner child blend, especially if you're feeling stuck and not progressing with that memory. What we are doing in the AFT process is actually editing a memory, thought, feeling complex. If you have a file on your computer that you want to edit, you first need to pull it up into active memory and onto the screen in order to edit it. The same is true here. By identifying the negative complex and actively being aware of it, our nervous system is in a position to make some changes. Smelling the oil disrupts the memory complex itself. The oil stimulates a new feeling, which in a sense displaces the previously identified feeling. Because two feelings cannot occupy the same space at the same time, the memory complex dissolves. In essence, what has happened is the emotional energy attached to that memory has begun to discharge. This creates a change in the experience of the memory itself. The visual details may begin to seem farther away, or the sounds or feelings soften. Also, the meaning of the memory begins to change, and its negative effect on current life is diminished. Step number 7 is noticing the changes. Allow whatever feelings that surface to just pass through you as you smell the oil. Ride the wave of emotion as it gets intense. See what happens to the image and how you feel it in your body. Don't judge it, just feel it and notice it. Step 8, new beliefs emerging. Find the light breaking through the memory. Did you get any new creative ideas? When you're using this aroma freedom technique, you want to be actively looking for a positive belief to emerge from the ashes of the dissolving memory complex. When you do this, you're taking ownership of your life and choosing to take yourself in a new direction. Don't pretend to believe a positive thought if you are still stuck in negativity, but rather look for the opening, the ray of light that you can find that shows you a way out of the previously stuck attitude. Step number 9, revisiting your intention. Read the original intention and now rate it again from 0 to 10 based on how likely it seems that it will manifest. If the number is less than 7 to 8, you should return to step 2 and identify additional negative thoughts. Here's where we see if the process has accomplished what we set out to do. Step number 10, new outlook, new attitude. Create an affirmation that expresses the new positive belief and attitude you wish to instill. So once you're feeling good about your stated intention and you've cleared away the negative thoughts and feelings that may have been inhibiting your energy, it's critical to anchor this new feeling by creating an affirmation describing your soon-to-be realized new reality. Examples of good affirmations to implement here. I am productive and focused today. I learn easily and remember what I have learned. I'm a thoughtful and considerate husband. I am peaceful and kind throughout the day. I choose to be radiant even when others are being negative. So these are all about your actions and how you're choosing to spend your day. Step number 11, anchoring your new reality. Smell Believe oil or transformation essential oil. Repeat the affirmation for 2 minutes with confidence morning and night while standing in a power posture. So what does a power posture look like? It means standing firmly on 2 feet with your feet wider than your hips, your chest up, your shoulders down, and your arms back. So I'll give you a quick example. So I'm standing with my feet wide. You want to have that firm stance. Put your chest out, roll your shoulders back and down, put your shoulder blades in your back pocket, and put your arms out. Now, can you imagine saying your affirmations in this position for 1 to 2 minutes a day? It's going to make you feel very powerful. So the other key to this, standing in your power posture, get your diffuser going with these oils or put them on your chest so you can smell them as you stand in that power posture and repeat your affirmations. Step 12, the final step. Putting it all into action. Make a plan and take action daily. You must now take action in order to realize your intention. Everything we've talked about and done so far will not come to much if you don't. You may be saying wonderful affirmations about living in a mansion, but if you do not create a plan and take action, you may end up with your house being repossessed. Sometimes it's not clear what positive actions will bring the results you want. If you want to find a mate, there's no magic formula on how many dates you need to go on or people you need to meet. But recognize that when you activate the power of intent, a way is being cleared to the realization of that intent. You need to listen to inner promptings that may be putting you in the right place at the right time. Have a note-taking device handy, paper, computer, phone, etc. Get your ideas down. Then sort through them to determine which of those are the ones to accomplish today. Others can be organized by timeline that makes sense for them. For instance, you may get a creative idea to make a presentation for a local group, but the group doesn't meet today. So you need to contact your local group on your list. As the days go by, keep adding to your list. After your daily affirmation, when you glance at the list, you may get a feeling about which is the most important item for today. Make a decision to do it right away. You will feel so much better when you're taking decisive action towards your dreams. Remember, as Goth said, boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. So now that we've gone through these 12 steps, be honest with yourself about how you feel the process is going for you. If you're getting discouraged, don't give up. All it means is that there's additional work to do in identifying what your doubts are, what your inner voice is saying, and realize that these are either negative thoughts coming from your subconscious mental programming, or they are new information that you need to integrate into your ongoing manifestation process. So now that you know more about the 12 steps of the Aroma Freedom Technique, I'm going to provide another separate video for you that will walk you through the 12 AFT steps a little bit quicker without all the explanations in between, that are just going to get you into a session, guided through, have your oils ready, and we're just going to walk through the 12 steps rather quickly, but in a way that will help you find your new path forward and set your intention. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment or a question, or if you want to chat about it more offline, we can certainly do that. I would be very happy to do that. Or again, to help you get those oils, if you need a sample of anything, contact me, and either I or your favorite Young Living member that added you to this group will get those out in the mail for you. So have a great day. Practice your AFT. If you need anything, give me a shout. We'll see you in the next video.